Now in this video, we're going to break down a measure. So a measure we got, for instance, is the sales volume. So I'm going to insert a table, put it over here on the right hand side, and this is just going to have the sales volume. Now we can break this down, for example, in years. So I'm going to get the years, I'm going to put it at the beginning, so that breaks down this one overall measure of 3.795 million into various years of these 22 years. We can also break it down then by month. So now we've broken it down into 22 years, 12 months, that's 264 months. So this is one way of breaking down a measure. And we can also, if I just get rid of year perhaps and just have month, have this as a graph as well. So I've just copied and pasted it, and I'm now going to change this into a small graph. Now we can break down the measure additionally using another visualization called the decomposition tree. So it sounds rather scary, don't worry, I'll show you what it does. So here we have our decomposition tree visualization, and just like the previous one, the key influences, we have got analyze and explain by. So I want to analyze again the sales volume, so I'm going to drag that measure into analyze, and you can see we start off with a sales volume of 3.795 million. Now what factors could explain a sales volume, or what breaks it down? Well, let's put in the year, let's put in the month, let's put in the quarter. All of these different dates could explain it perhaps. I'm going to put in month above. I don't want it to be part of a hierarchy, I want it to be an individual value by itself. I think also what might explain it is region name. I could explain it. So here are some factors. Now I'm going to break down, I'm going to expand this sales volume, and I'm going to click on this plus, and it says, well, how do you want it to expand? Maybe you want it to expand by year. And now it will show all of the years with this bar being relative to the maximum year. So the highest number of sales, so you can see 2007, 2006, 2004, 2003, 2002, with roughly the same amount of sales. And you can see real dips there. Okay, I can click on one of these, 2008. Now notice what happens, it filters it down. So we had on these visualizations 3.795 million. Clicking on this, we now just have 123,000. So it can filter down the other visualizations. Here you can see it's being used as a highlight. Well, let's say I want it to be a full filter. So I will go to Format, Edit Interactions, click on this decomposition tree, and I'm going to say I want this to be a filter on this particular one. So now, when I click on, say, 2008, we don't have a small bit shown, we have the entirety of the graph changing. Okay, how do we want to expand this? Well, let's expand this, just this value, 2010, into quarters. So here we have 2010 expanded into quarters. And again, you can see how it changes. And now let's expand this second quarter into region names. I don't have to do it in any particular order, just because I've put explain by as year, quarter, month, region name. I don't have to expand it like that. This isn't a hierarchy I'm doing. So I'm expanding it into just this 2010 quarter 2 into region names. And again, I can click on any particular one. Or maybe I don't want quarter anymore. I can remove the level. And now I've got 2010 into all of these different region names. Now, if there is an explainer that you want to remain, you can put the lock symbol next to it, so there's no X next to it. So I can't accidentally delete year, I have to unlock it first, and then I can delete it. So now I've got the sales volume just broken down by region name. And that's pretty much all the decomposition tree is. It allows you to put in a measure, and it allows you to drill down, and you can put in as many different explainers as you want, and then say, actually, I want to not explain by that, but I want to explain by something else. High value, that then shows you what of these has the highest value. So at the moment, quarters would have a higher value than, say, years, because each year would have a smaller amount of sales, each month would have a smaller amount of sales, so none of these would have as high a number of sales as a quarter does. And then equally, I could say low value, so this chooses the more granular thing, and here the granular thing is 2009 in the years. That's your lowest value out of all of these explainers. So the decomposition tree, it allows you to get a particular measure, in this case sales volume, and it allows you to explore. It allows you to see perhaps why the sales volume is what it is. And it also allows interaction with other visualizations. So you can see it as a bit of a filter, but it's also a tool for you to explore and drill in, and then say, no, I don't want to drill like that. I want to drill in with something else.